Hey guys, it's me. I had some pretty crazy experiences recently. Um, that I'd like to touch on, but um, it's just crazy like nowadays. I mean, we all know things are crazy everywhere, especially in this country, but I mean, how could you be like that? I don't know, that desperate. Um, being in Colorado now, I just didn't expect like a lot of things like I've been seeing, but you never really know, right? Until you go somewhere, you never really know until you're there, right? Because it's like you can visit certain places, like you can visit, I don't know, any city, Vegas, you can visit New York City, you can visit all these places, right? Um, and depending on like um, where you're at, right? Like the neighborhood, it determines your experience, like what type of experience you're gonna have. Personally, I'm pretty happy right now. I got my hardwood floors. Love hardwood floors. I can't stand carpet. My last place had carpet, and I hated it. I got my hardwood floors. I got my granite. I got all the stuff that I like. The colors, everything. I like this place. Um, But like I said, it depends where you go. It's gonna determine your experience. And um, you can live in one little part of New York City and it's like totally ghetto and it's just like not fun at all to live there. Like you are legit afraid for your life. I mean, they cleaned it up pretty well even after COVID, but like there's still a lot of danger there. I mean, it's a huge city. So I, I mean, NYPD can only do so much there um, to protect you. You're basically on your own in a lot of the New York streets. So, like I said, depending on where you live is going to dictate what your experience is like there. You can live in one neighborhood and like it's great and your neighbors are great, and then you live in another neighborhood and it just like sucks. Like it's so depressing. So, that would determine your experience living somewhere like New York City. It's the same in any other city in the world. Like, you could leave that city, move out, and like not have had the greatest experience. Or you could leave being like, oh my God, my time living there was awesome. Um, and that's another thing, certain cities, like, you're basically considered, if you were at the top, like, if you were in a really good position in one city, you could move to an extremely like the most expensive city in the country and be considered like lower, whatever, like in the middle, like, you're just like if you go, especially a city like New York, like if you're not like, I don't know, at the top of your game, you're basically like considered like, yeah, I mean, you go to that city with like an average, career, an average profession, lawyer, doctor, whoever, and you're still like considered like, I don't know, middle to lower class or like you're not even low class. In in most other cities you'd be considered what, like upper class, like, but in a city like that, no. Like um but yeah, I mean, I was just kind of shocked, like, so I had been living in hotels for a while and I had and obviously, you should take things out and stuff. But I had left this room not even an hour and I had some diabetes medication, right? These are injectable medications. And on the streets, like if you were to sell this stuff on the streets, it would be like, for the street value, it would be like easily have been like $1,500, $2,000 worth of medication. And I was only out of that room. I checked out for 1 hour, and this stuff has to be in the fridge, right? You have to keep it in the fridge. And I go and talk to them because when I noticed it was missing, they tried to play dumb at the hotel and act like, oh, um, the cleaning like ladies didn't find it. Nobody knows where it is. And I just thought to myself, bullshit. I thought that medication is like easily almost $2,000, $2,000 if you were to try to go sell it. It's very expensive. Out of pocket. So what I did was I filed a police report right away. And of course, like the next morning, they're like, oh, we got your medication. And I thought, damn right you do. They thought I was just gonna like be stupid and like, just let it go and be like, oh, okay, I'll just get some more. No, not for like something that expensive and that hard to come by. Like, even dealing with doctors and getting a medication like that is extremely difficult to get. So I had to literally write so many letters, you guys, to like my insurance. Had to have doctors write letters. It was so fucking hard. It took me years to get, access to that medication. And I need it for medical reasons. And you're not going to tell me some asshole is going to just take it out of my room and I'm only gone from there an hour, out of the fridge, knowing it is a prescribed medication, right? It was so fucked up. I have had things stolen, right? Like traveling. You guys know I travel a lot. In different cities, different countries. I've had things stolen from me, plenty of things in the past. A lot of us have money, whatever, phone, wallet. But like, I mean, this is prescription medication. Like this is like life or death shit, right? Like this is diabetes medication, you guys. And I told them up front, I was like, not only is this medication like $2,000, right? But then I told them, you realize that I could potentially like die without this medication. A lot of people who don't have their diabetes medication or their heart, whatever, if they have any heart issues, these are life-saving medications. And I told them that. I'm like, you're telling, this is like life-saving medication. And I told the guy at the front desk this, and he just like, oh, why are you taking this out on me? This isn't, I'm not responsible. And I'm like, yes, you are. Like, you work at this hotel. You represent this. So he was trying to gaslight me. But like I said, I was not nice about it. I was like, you guys are ridiculous. And I knew that they were playing dumb, right? I knew this guy, he's a young Latino guy at the front desk. I'm like, I know you're playing dumb. I guarantee you and your buddies are laughing right now the second I walk away. So I was not playing with them. And I was not going to let him gaslight me and try to, say, oh, you're just taking your frustrations out on me. I'm like, of course I'm frustrated. Like, this is serious medication. This is not just like, I just can't. You got to be really fucked up in the head to take medication like that from somebody. But there's really fucked up people out there, you guys. That will take people's literal, stroke medication, all kinds of medication that people need to live, right? That they need to take every day to survive. And and like I said, I've never in my life had something like a prescription medication stolen. I can understand why some people maybe want to take like pain medications, I don't know, oxycodone or different things that they're addicted to, like those addictive pain medications that a lot of people, take, that are addicted to it. But I haven't heard of a whole, I understand that, those kind of medications go missing everywhere in the hospitals, all over, because they're addictive substances. But I have never seen anything like somebody being like, oh, somebody's diabetes medication, or whatever, the important stuff, right? that people need. I haven't really seen that in like all my life. Somebody just jacking that and stealing that. I've seen people steal a lot of stuff. I've lived in, a lot of cities before with high crime rates, high theft, high robbery, and this high crime, drug dealing, all kinds of stuff, gangs like everywhere. But I'm sorry, but that is like some of the lowest of the low shit I have ever seen in my entire life. Somebody just literally taking somebody's life-saving medication. And like, of course I was pissed. So like I said, I had filed a police report immediately because that was gonna obviously, look good in my favor. And then, like I said, the very next morning, they magically had it. It magically appeared. I was like, bullshit. I didn't even look the guy in the eyes. I took my stuff and walked away. I was so upset. And I could not wait to get out of there because I'm like, obviously, this hotel is a place that just likes to steal people's, life-saving prescription medication. I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here because if they're willing to go that low and take something like that, what else are they capable of? I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here and I'm going to write the worst review. Like, I've just never had anything like that. And I've stayed in a lot of hotels. I've stayed in hostels. I have stayed in guest houses. I have, whenever I travel around the world, all these places. And of course, you're going to have things happen now and then when you travel like that, or, move around and you stay in hotels. That's understandable. But like I said, I've never seen anything that that low. It's just like really messed up. It's really messed up that like somebody would do that. I mean, I don't know. Like, I just can't think of, I don't know, anybody that would do something like that. It's just really messed up. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how it happened, but it did. And I just took action right away. I'm like, no. I'm not just gonna listen to their excuses. Like, the second they try to play dumb, I'm like, nah, I'm not playing with these people. Like, I'm not playing, Like, that is extremely important shit. Like, it's just not, like, it's not a game. Like, I was like, it's not like if it was just, like, anything else that's, like, not, so important, I'd be like, okay, fine. But this, like jewelry or just something, I wouldn't care. But like this, no, like. So, I don't know. I just felt really violated when that happened. Like, it's just something like, I don't know. You're already struggling with these health issues, right? You're already on diabetes medication. You got to take, these shots, right? And it's not fun, you guys. Like, it is not fun having to inject yourself in the stomach and the thighs, all this stuff, just to pretty much like stay alive, sustain your life. And like I said, it feels like deeply violating that somebody would just jack that. Somebody would just like take that off you. I don't know. I just felt at the time seriously violated, and I just wanted to get the fuck out of there. Like, I wanted to get the fuck out of that hotel. The night before, well, that I found out I was missing, I went swimming there. I went swimming in the indoor pool. It was so awkward. There was a cleaning dude there that came in like right at the closing time. I was still swimming, and I just put my towel on. It was like, it's just weird. It's just a weird place. I don't know. I was just glad like that I got out of there. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, you guys, I don't know if you've ever experienced anything like that, but it is seriously violating. I'm sure that's something a narc would probably like be capable of doing to somebody, or a sociopath or anyone, because like I said, that's just something it seems like they're capable of, because it's just like, oh yeah, let me just take this pill off somebody, and if they don't have it for a few days, they could literally die. Like, they don't think about that. They don't care. I'm just thinking to myself, like, what would you get out of this? Like, what would you get out of taking like diabetes medication? Like, people, like, if you don't have diabetes, like, what the fuck? Like, what are you going to get out of this? Like, I don't understand. Like, do you not realize there's a ton of side effects with a lot of these medications and you're just gonna like, oh my God. I just like people. But yeah, that's like, the world basically we're living in now. And I don't know. I just thought about it. And like I said, I felt violated obviously before in my life, but this was just like something else. So, um, anyway, let me know you guys' thoughts if you've ever had anything like that happen. Yeah, it's crazy times.